Show me the video, Larry. We got Brandon Aiyuk with Shannon Sharp talking about his contract. This is what, nightcap? This isn't even Club Shay Shay. I don't even know what this is, but it's Brandon Aiyuk talking with Shannon Sharp, and that looks like T.O. Is that Terrell Owens?
No, it's Ocho Cinco, Chad
Ocho
Johnson,
Cinco?
whatever,
Oh, okay.
whatever you want to call Chad Johnson these days.
Okay,
here it is.
Ocho
This
Cinco.
is Sharp and Ocho Cinco and Ayuk.
I appreciate that.
So Brandon, obviously your representative have been talking to John Lynch, who's the general manager, and there've been the swirlings about he's going to get traded, blah blah blah. But John Lynch came out earlier this week and said, "I promise you, nothing is going on there." And then you had the IG story with the emojis, the money, the talking, the BS, and the walking. So what's been relayed to you, as much as you can divulge, what's been relayed to you through your representative?
That we're trying to get work done. They're trying to get work done. I mean, they trying to get work done. That's all I can say. Y'all know how it gets. I don't even want to get too far into that. But you know, I'm just trying to get like what Ocho just said. I'm trying to get what I deserve. I felt like this season playing football, I figured out who I was as a person, as a player, what I bring to the table, what I bring to the locker room, what I bring to the organization, and just the value I hold when I walk in that building, because people gonna follow me because I've done it the right way since I've been in that building from the first day I walked in there to when I was in there earlier this morning. Done it the right way. So, and if they don't see it worth in that, that's all it is. That's all it is. It ain't nothing else. It ain't nothing else besides that. But I can't, like I said, I can't get into it. We got professionals working on both sides, so hopefully we can come to a professional agreement and continue to play professional football.
All right, let me just start with the whole concept of professionalism, and he's right about that. And you should let the pros behind the scenes handle it. I don't know what good Brandon Aiyuk just did for himself right there. You know, who are you gonna? Do you feel like more of a man if you say, you know, hit the bricks, go ahead, you know, get out on a stroll if you're not going to get it right? I don't know what is being serviced by that moment. I don't think that facilitates a deal that he wants, nor do I believe that takes him further away from the deal that he wants. There will be absolutely zero consideration of Brandon Aiyuk's expressed feelings on, you know, Shannon Sharp's podcast in this negotiation for the 49ers or anyone actually dealing with it at the table. Here's what Brandon Aiyuk deserves. He deserves to be paid like a team's best wide receiver. And hopefully the 49ers can work that out. Not a lot of there. Wasn't half as sexy as I thought it would be when I heard like, ooh, Aiyuk's talking about the 49ers and his deal. And Kevin sent me over the link last night, Larry, and I watched it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, we can talk about that, but there's not that much going on there.
Well, I mean, he wants to get paid.
Of course, we knew that.
This just in. He wants to get paid, and they're negotiating. And sounds like he knows that he better not say anything bad about the team because he very well could be back there. At the same time, he doesn't want to in any way say, hey, you know what? I badly want to be back there. I'll walk away if the money's not there. You know, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I mean, it's a weird situation. He says they want, he says, you know, he's kind of indicated by the fact that they're negotiating that he would like to be a Niner. I think the Niners have said that they would like to keep him a Niner, but then he also said, and everybody has said that the deal won't get done until after the wide receiver money or free agency all shakes out and after the draft, most likely. So we'll see, you know, what if all of a sudden the going rate becomes over 30 million? Are you going to pay him over 30 million? My guess is if you said, what do you think is going to happen? I think they're going to re-sign him. I think they're going to find a way to draft this kid, Malachi Corley, who's very Debo-esque. And then I think they're going to go into next year, play it out with the three of them, And then at the end of the year, if they can trade Debo, they will. And if not, they may have to cut Debo. But they'll be in that position next year to make that decision. And I think Corley is a very much of a replacement for Debo, and the Niners sent a whole contingent to Western Kentucky to look at Malachi Corley, and I just think that's what's ultimately going to happen. I think they'll try to figure out a way to draft Corley, and then the pressure will be on Debo. Are you going to perform? And if you perform, we can renegotiate. And if you don't perform, or if you perform decently, we may trade you. And then if you perform poorly, we may cut you. I think that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, it makes sense. By the way, so Corley is going to be available day 2? And that's not a day 1 pick, right?
Probably day 2. Yeah, definitely day 2. Second round, third round, I'd say.
And I mean, if you got him in the guaranteed to pop in the NFL side of your draft bracket, there's going to be other teams that might, be wondering about him too. If I were Brandon Aiyuk, I wouldn't be attaching my deal to any future draft concerns or what Debo made. I wouldn't be worried about annual average value or anything like that. Guaranteed dollars. It's all that matters. I think that the 3 years, 55 to 58 million guaranteed over 3 years in a deal that is, for smoke and mirror purposes, a 4 or 5 year deal. But the guarantee is really through the first 3 years, which means it's the 3-year contract more than anything else. And I think that that's probably, the basement of any starting price negotiation. 58 million guaranteed. Parag, Brandon Aiyuk's people work out the fluff around that, because that's all that matters, right?
Well, what did Ridley get guaranteed dollars was?
50.
Yeah. So I would say that's probably where it starts right there. You better come up with 50 guaranteed. And then if you come up with 50 guaranteed, you probably want to stretch that over 3 or 4 seasons or more. And then, and so that, you're somehow benefiting. As far as Corley goes, he's rated as the 15th best wide receiver in this class by Draft Tech. He's listed to go around 74, which would be definitely round 3. So maybe he goes late round 2. Maybe you can trade a couple picks into the late round 2 to get him. He's probably going to be your second round pick if you can make it happen.
If I were Brandon Aiyuk's agent, I would just simply say, we're not going to be booking you on any of these shows anymore. I want you to put your phone down and stop going with a not very clever at all. Anyone can decipher this type of emoji hieroglyphic communication. Like, it's just all so petty to me. And like that, it's a generational thing. I'm sure, Brandon Aiyuk is officially a good 20 years younger than I am. So, how he talks on Instagram is different than how I talk on Instagram. I really don't go on Instagram, but just to me, there's something about discretion. And why have all of this happening in the public space playing out, and you look, whether you are or not, you look like it's sour grapes, and you look like you're negotiating from a point of weakness, not a point of strength. And I just don't understand what the allure is to have all this dirty laundry done in public, when really the process of doing the laundry does not matter. It's only the result that matters. And if the result is going to be a very good result that you're excited about, that keeps you on the team, that's been good to you so far, why wouldn't you just want to announce that when that happens? Or if you do get traded, then you can go ahead and have well, let me tell you what really happened. But just all these preemptive striking against nothing, I just don't understand it. I guess it's just people trying to just content, Larry, and I guess we're guilty of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys who are friends, have friends in the media, and it's like, hey, my friend reached out and wants to have me on, and I don't think there's any downside of it, really. I mean, what is it going to help him get paid? No. Is it going to ruin his reputation? No. It's just kind of like, I don't need it either, but you know what? I don't begrudge these guys. If they want to go on with their friends, make a point and say, hey, you know what? I'm still out here and I'm not, go for it. Go for it. I don't think it has any real effect either way, to be honest.
No, it really doesn't. It just serves the moment, but it doesn't serve the topic very well. And I certainly hope that when it's all said and done, the topic is, of course, Brandon Aiyuk was brought back to the 49ers. He's in the prime of his career. He's very good. He doesn't miss games, and Brock Purdy loves him. And Kyle Shanahan insists that the single best way to go into next year is with an offseason with this guy and Brock Purdy working out. So I really hope that it can get done. But a whole bunch of not too much there going on in that video.